Hello everyone, very good afternoon. Welcome to this afternoon class. We'll discuss an RC question and we'll also discuss about um, the the official mock test which is there in CAT. Please write that mock test and just let me just for a moment. Let me see if I'm coming online or not. Just let me just for a moment. Let me see if I'm coming online or not. Just maybe just for a moment, let me see if I'm coming online or not. So yes, so please download and install Unacademy app. Go to plus, go to cat, subscribe. These are the 5 options. I think 6 months plan makes more sense for the people who are looking at CAT 2020. People who are looking for CAT 21, 24 months plan makes more sense. The pricing is 18,900 after using the code Saxena live, and for 6 months it will be 14,000. There are EMI also options also there. We also provide you a lot of help post CAT for other management entrances, premier ones, and at the same time we will also be helping you in GDPR. And there are a lot of free special classes for which there is no cost, and there are a lot of free special quizzes also. So for that, please download and install Unacademy app. Yeah, so guys, official mock is out. It has 100 questions and it allows 40 minutes for every section. So my point is that they have actually said very clearly, if you read that this is just to tell you, okay, that this is how it will be. But when it comes to the number of questions and the kind of questions which you see, those questions can vary. You may or may not see the questions that you are currently at this point of time you're seeing in the mocks. You may not see same or similar questions at all. The questions might be different. At the same time, what is more important is that this is for sure that every section you will be getting 40 minutes only. That is for sure. That is how it will be. So that is the idea there. At the same time, there will be there may be number of questions will change, but what will happen is that whatever is the change in number of questions, whatever is the change in the kind of questions which you will see, anything and everything will be constant for everybody. So if they keep number of questions 60 also, if they also keep the number of questions same like previous years, naturally the number of questions attempted by the people in the given time of 40 minutes will be less than the previous year. So the cutoff will come down. So my again similar thought will be that please keep preparing well, keep working hard, keep solving few reading comprehensions every day, and keep and analyzing the mistakes whatever you have done. Okay, so like we've discussed that reading comprehension is a skill, it can be honed. So like I've said that it is like any other skill and it can be honed. It is nothing which cannot be understood. It is nothing which is very difficult, and this myth that only people who read a lot of books, who speak very good English, only they will be able to score very good in reading comprehension. This is a big myth. Basically, when we read a text superficially, it is difficult to answer the question based on the text. So what happens that when we read something in a very superficial manner, it is difficult to answer the questions. But if we read a text in a way that it is being read to answer certain questions, and it is being read to answer the questions that will be coming forward. I think at that point of time, I think then you read with a different intent. So how to sort of come up with this, how to break this habit of reading text superficially. For example, if a person reads newspaper, like for example, if I read this particular article given in front of me, India conducts tri-series combat drill in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So if I'm going to read this piece just for in my room over a cup of coffee or a chai in morning or in evening, and I'm not reading it actually to answer some questions based on it, then I will be reading it in a very leisurely manner. It will be just as a mental exercise for me, and I'm reading and I'm not really aware of the what is the every paragraph saying, what are the various what is the purpose of the paragraph, what is the of the passage, what is the central idea of the passage. I'll not be able to answer these questions. But if I'm reading it in a way, if I'm reading this piece in a way that I am when I read every paragraph, I tell to myself what is the primary purpose of this piece, and I make a short note of it. When I read every paragraph, I answer to myself, okay, this is the central idea of the second paragraph. And then when I've read the entire thing, then I can say that, okay, this is the central idea or the primary purpose of the entire paragraph, and now I can go and answer the questions. This is how it is. So reading actively means same thing, that you read with an intent to gather this information. Okay, what is the primary purpose of the passage? What is the central idea of the passage? And you develop your text around it. Okay. Another thing is that when you read with pen and paper in your hand, it is extremely helpful. So when you read with pen and paper, it makes you conscious, it keeps you aware that you have to keep taking notes, you have to jot down certain crucial information which is coming in your way. So if I'm reading this very although I don't claim this to be a paragraph from which RCs can be made, it is just an article given. Chances are that questions will not come from such an article. They will be coming from a more detailed, very researched, and very data heavy sort of an editorial where there's a lot of information, a lot of data, a lot of complex details are present. There is a lot of scope for inferences and assumptions, and to test your analytical skills. What happens is that if you keep a pen and paper with you, and if you make a note, for example, if you read first paragraph and you make a note, okay, first para of RC this, or RC number 1, paragraph number 1, 2 words, 3 words, main points about it. Paragraph 2, 2 words, 3 words, main point about it, and like that you keep a note of it. It becomes extremely easy for you to answer the questions. Okay. Yeah. Like I said, solve a couple of RCs every day and analyze the questions that you have answered incorrectly. And so, like I've said, that an analysis of questions is extremely important, and making a chart like this and analyzing why did you mark certain questions in a certain way, this is extremely important. Unable to understand it. So sometimes happens that people are unable to understand it completely. They're unable to like it or relate to it. Unable to understand it completely, and they're unable to relate. So this happens a lot in RCs, that people are not able to relate, people are not able to understand the hidden tail of it. So the only agenda, the only way out is to like I've said, to read it over and over again. If you are not able to understand it, if you're not able to relate to it, liking is different. See, if you don't rightly reading it, then obviously you can ask certain, you can ask yourself ki, okay, why I don't like it, or you can go to the next question, or you can say try and read one paragraph at one time and then try and solve some questions. Probably after reading one paragraph your interest improve. Also, if some RC is boring for you, probably since in verbal ability, odd one out, para summary and para jumble, there's smaller questions and they can be answered quickly. Probably that sort of gives a bit of that kick and that excitement to you, and you might try. And because naturally, if you solve a question paper in a timed manner, it kicks in a bit of an obviously it develops a kind of a pressure also, but it kicks in a bit of an adrenaline also, in a way that it feels that okay, the time is passing by and there are so many questions which are left to be answered. So I think when the people say that, okay, I don't like it, or I get very bored when I'm solving RCs, I think solve full-length question papers. Solves a full-length question paper. I don't think that, or timed sectional test, or timed topic-wise test. I think then this feeling that okay, I am feeling bored or I'm not liking it, this all will sort of it will not exist. Yeah, few words of summary for every paragraph in your own paragraph, like we discussed. Solve RCs from a variety of genres and analyze the mistakes. These are the key things. Let's solve okay, so Shruti, Shruti, I've just seen आप क्या बोल रहे हैं? But I don't think Shruti is there live now. If she's there, I can tell her. Shruti, see, please join the Telegram group below there, and I will be able to help you further from there. Shruti, when I'm saying this key notes banane hai, at that time I don't mean to say कि आप पेंसिल पेपर पे उसके नोट्स बनाइए, आप स्क्रीन पे उसके नोट्स बनाइए. आपको जो you will be getting this rough sheet with you. On that you can write down a couple of words about every paragraph. If you'll go to my older sessions, you will see that I used to make a summary of every paragraph, because at that time I was using MS Word as my interface, and I used to take you to the Google Docs, not MS Word, Google Docs, and then on the comment section, which used to be on the left hand side, I used to write summary, and based on that summary we were able to solve questions. So the point is that when you say, if you're looking at this particular paragraph which is given. Maybe this is a little longer paragraph. You can divide this paragraph into two smaller parts, and then when you've read this much part, you can write 2-3 words. You can describe whatever you have understood in 2-3 words, 4 words, 5 words, 6 words, and not more than that. Or you can just jot down a few words about it. Okay, or if you want to say about you're a person who wants to write down a complete sentence, even better. At this stage, it is even better. Let's do it. The Indian government has announced an international competition to design a national war memorial to honor all of the Indian soldiers who served in the various wars and counter insurgency campaigns from 1947 onwards. The terms of the competition also is specified. The structure would be built next to the India Gate, a memorial to Indian soldiers who died in the First World War. So they're saying that Indian government has announced an international competition to design National War Memorial, and that is going to honor all the soldiers who have served in wars from 1947 onwards, since 1947 and after that. Okay, and this will be adjacent to another existing war memorial which is dedicated to the soldiers who died in World War I. So between the old imperialist memorial, because why is saying imperialist? See, World War I India fought when we were under the British rules. So that is the thing, they're calling it imperialist. And the proposed nationalist one, India's contribution to Second World War, is airbrushed out of existence. So what in 2 words, in 3 words, how can you describe whatever is mentioned here? We can describe here that the author, the purpose of writing this piece is to sensitize that there is a new war memorial is coming up in Delhi, and what has happened is that the contribution of the soldiers in the Second World War has been ignored completely. The Indian government's concept of the war memorial was not merely absent-minded, rather it accurately reflected the fact that both academic history and popular memory have yet to come to terms with India's Second World War, which continues to be seen as little more than mood music in the drama of India's advance towards independence and partition in 1947. So what they're saying that this particular action of that in which they ignored the contribution of Indian soldiers in Second World War. This is not a mistake which has happened. People have forgotten, or they have not been aware, or they forgot. They forgot, and they forgot by mistake, by error. But they're saying that this is how the history scholars, the people who could have corrected the mistake. See, if a government is not able to remember, is not remembering, or for some reasons. Hi Saurabh. Yeah, please tell me if there is any doubt here. Yeah. So the point here is that they're saying that if that if government is not able to, doesn't want to remember, or has forgotten, or there's some other challenges, the people who study history as subject, who are scholars, who are professors, who do research, they can bring it to public notice, and the popular memory, the common people of this country, they can demand certain amount of justice for the people who contributed in the Second World War. And both these parties, they are not ready to come to terms with India's Second World War, which continues to be seen as little more than mood music in the India's advance towards independence. So what they're saying that World War II is nothing, but World War II is just being seen as merely mood music. It is not being seen as something which is so what is a mood music? Mood music is just a background music which is set to, which is an ancillary or a supporting part of the entire performance, right? So Second World War is nothing. It was just a backdrop or a background to it. It wasn't a very important part of in the India's struggle for its independence. Further, the political trajectory of the post-war of the subcontinent. Further, the political trajectory of the post-war subcontinent has militated against popular remembrance of the war. With partition and the onset of India-Pakistan rivalry, both of the new nations needed fresh stories for self-legitimization rather than focusing on shared wartime experiences. So what they're saying that the politics in the post World War II, it demanded that people forgot the war, because when the India was divided into two countries, India and Pakistan, they both needed fresh stories, fresh. See, when a new country starts, or a new company starts, or a new institution starts, or a new family starts, they need to have, they need to be assured of the legacy. They need to have that required confidence within them. The people who are founders, or the followers, or the people who work there, or the people who are part of that entire process, they need to feel complete confidence. They need to feel self-assured. They need to feel validated. So when new countries are formed, they try and create this image and story around it, around the past, and around that how far they have come, and what all have been their achievements, and on basis of that they grow further. So, but since we were divided countries, and when during the World War II, India and Pakistan were together as undivided India before the partition. We together fought World War II, and we had a great impact. So we spoke about those times when we were together with our enemy state. It will not serve the purpose. It will not fit into the narrative which the country needed at that point of time, the story which the country needed at that point of time. Okay, let's try and solve questions based on whatever we have read in first two paragraphs. The author claims that omitting mention of Indians who served in the Second World War from the New War Memorial is what? A reflection of misplaced priorities. No, this was never mentioned. Something which can be rectified in future by constructing a separate memorial. No, it was never said. A reflection of the academic and popular view of the India's role in the war. Yeah, this we know, we just discussed it. It was here itself that rather it reflected both academic history and popular memory. This was a part which we were referring to here. Okay, appropriate as in names can always be included in the India Gate. No, this was also never mentioned. Let's read further. If we can solve any question, yeah, we can solve. It says the phrase mood music. So just by reading first paragraph, we are able to solve two questions. So this is what I'm trying to say, that sometimes just by reading, if you're not able to understand a lot, just read part of it and try and solve some questions. The phrase mood music is used in second paragraph to indicate that Second World War is viewed as a part of the narrative on the ill effects of colonial. No, this was never mentioned. A backdrop to the subsequent independence and partition of India. No. Yeah, this is the answer. Sorry, a backdrop. It's a background. My bad. It's a backdrop to the subsequent independence and partition of India. This is what it said. We could say no. It's nothing more than mood music in the drama of India's advance towards independence and partition, 1947. Setting the stage for the emergence of India-Pakistan rivalry in the subcontinent. This was also never mentioned. A tragic period in terms of loss of lives and national wealth. No, this was also never mentioned. The author suggests that a major reason. So we have been able to solve two. We are going to solve the third question just on the basis of reading the first couple of paragraphs. The author suggests that a main reason why India has not so far acknowledged its role in Second World War is that. So why hasn't India acknowledged its role in the Second World War? India has not done it because of what reason? So India did not do it because India needed new stories to validate, to self-assure itself and its people, and to sort of move forward towards a new sort of nation which is separate from the older, larger, undivided India of before partition. Blames war for leading to momentous partition of the country. Not correct. Wants to forget a human and financial toll of the war on the country. Not correct. It has been focused on building an independent, non-political identity. It has been focused on building an independent, non-political identity. This is correct. Views the war as an predominantly allied effort, with India playing only a supporting role. In the first paragraph, the author laments the fact in the first paragraph that this is the thing, that there is no recognition of the Indian soldiers who served in the World War I. So this is we were able to solve just by reading initial two paragraphs. We were able to solve 4 questions here. Yeah. India lost thousands of human lives during the Second World War. No, this is not correct. India funds will be wasted on another war memorial when we already have the India Gate Memorial. This is incorrect. A new war memorial will be built right next to the India Gate. This is also incorrect. Let's read further. However, Second World War played. So there is one question left. We can read this question also. We can come so that we know what we look for. Author list all of the following as outcomes of Second World War except large-scale deaths in Bengal, independence of subcontinents and partition into two countries, large financial debt India owed to Britain. So we needed to give something to Britain, and US recognition of India's is strategic location and role in the war. Let's read further. However, the Second World War played a crucial role in both the independence and partition of India. Indian Army recruited, trained and deployed more than 2.5 million men, almost 90,000 of which were killed and many more injured. Even at that time, it was recognized as the largest volunteer force in the world. This is a kind of, so this paragraph is trying to do, this paragraph is trying to tell what sort of a contribution, what kind of a contribution which we did. India's material and financial contribution to the war was equally significant. India emerged as a major military, industrial and logistical base for allied operations in Southeast Asia and the Middle East. This led the US to take considerable interest in in the country's future and ensured that this was no longer the preserve of the British government. The other wartime developments pointed in the direction of India's independence. In a stunning reversal of its long-standing financial relationship with Britain, India finished the war as one of the largest creditors to the empire. So we get an answer here. What is the thing that India lost sort of lives, and India this was also correct that that the US took interest. But here what they're saying that reversal of long-standing financial relationship, India finished the war as one of the largest creditors to the imperial power. So India ended up providing a lot of financial help to. So we can answer the question here directly that what is wrong here, what is accept, what is false here, that financial debt India owed to Britain is wrong. Financial debt was owed to India by Britain. So Britain owed India financial debt and not. So this is the right answer. In a stunning reversal of its long-standing financial relationship with Britain, India finished the war as one of the largest creditors to the imperial power. Such extraordinary mobilization for war was achieved at great human cost. With the Bengal famine, the most extreme manifestation of the widespread wartime deprivation, the cost on India's home front must be counted in millions of lives. So this is how it is. India signed up to serve on war and home fronts for a variety of reasons. Many were convinced that their contribution would open the doors to India's freedom. The political and social churn triggered by the war was evident in massive waves of popular protest and unrest that washed over the. So now they're telling that. Now they're also telling that what kind of sacrifice Indians gave here, and now they're talking about that Indians signed up to serve on war and home fronts for a variety of reasons. Many were convinced that their contribution would open up India's doors to India's freedom. Political and social churn triggered by the war was massive in the waves of popular and protest and unrest that washed over rural and urban India in the aftermath of conflict. This turmoil was crucial in persuading the Attlee government to get to rid itself of the incubus of ruling India. So, incubus is basically a complex problem which is really complex and difficult to solve. That is incubus. It has other meanings also. In this case, it means this. Yeah. 70 years on it, it is time that India engaged with the complex legacies of the Second World War, bringing the war into the ambit of new national memorial would be fitting, if not overdue, recognition of that this was India's war. So actually, we read after this line, this paragraph, we read till the last. It was not required, right? Since we have been able to answer all the 5 questions just by reading the first 2 paragraphs, 4 questions just by reading the first 2 paragraphs, and then after reading the next 2 paragraphs, we were able to answer the 5th question also. This means that smart work is required. We need not read all the paragraphs. We can read first couple of paragraphs, and then we can come and try answer some questions based on whatever we have read. Okay. All right, folks. Just a moment. We can also have a look at the analysis part. So if we check this first question, author claims that omitting mention of Indians who served the Second World War from the New War Memorial is what? So the omitting, is. So here it was it was a database question because this information was given itself in the starting of this there were actually 2 paragraphs. Actually, I have copied them in a way that they look like a single paragraph. So this was the paragraphs starting of the second paragraph. It says that rather it accurately reflected both the academic history and popular memory have yet to come to terms with India's Second World War. So it was a direct database question. If anybody who had just read through the first 2 paragraphs would have answered this question correctly. On the other hand, it is nothing but it is nothing but another thing is that we have to understand it from a primary purpose standpoint, that if you are actively reading the passage, if you are actively reading the paragraph, the passage in a way that you are making, when you read this much part, you say ki, the purpose of this first couple of lines was to discuss about the new war, national war memorial that has been proposed by the central government. At the same time, the author feels that the contributions made by the soldiers and the men who fought in the Second World War, their contribution has not been given its due. Their contribution has been ignored. So bas itna tha. And next paragraph was talking about why it was done. The reason why it was done. The reason it was done by that, but not only the government, but the common people and the intellectuals, the people who actually study history, who are history professors and researchers, they have also forgotten this, and they tell this that the reason is that both the countries after the partition, they wanted fresh stories, they wanted fresh identity to be established based on new ideas, new theories, new stories, which provide them an assurance of validation to move forward. I'm sorry. Yeah. So Unacademy subscription gives you live classes, get to interact with the educator, live polls and leaderboard, test series and analysis, and live doubt clearing sessions. Please utilize Unacademy for its special classes, for its quizzes. At the same time, use the code Saxena Live to get 10% discount. Thank you very much.